Hi. So today I'm going to be telling you about the Thanksgiving murderer. So a very young woman is driving around town. She's driving a red Corvette car. The car belongs to her husband, Bill Nelson. Her name is Omaima Nelson. She's a model from Egypt. So she's driving around. Then the police tells her to pull over. It's December 1st, 1991. Police tells her to pull over. They pull over and they are searching the car, and then they find a plastic bag. Looking inside the plastic bag, they find meat. It's not meat, it's human meat. So they decide to over to her house. They get to the house, they are searching for the husband, they're looking for the husband, Bill Nelson. They find him. But the problem is Bill Nelson, they found him everywhere. They found him in the kitchen, they found him in the dining area, they found him in the sitting room, on the chairs. He's just everywhere and his blood is everywhere. So to understand this better, we have to backtrack. Who is Bill Nelson? Bill Nelson is a 56-year-old man who dresses in Timberland, big boot, he drives a big car, he wears big clothes, and he's the bragging kind of guy. He likes to I have money, I do this, he goes clubbing and everywhere. So and Umaima was born in 1968. She was born in Egypt, in Cairo, Egypt. So as a young girl, her dad was very, very wicked. So her dad was always, she was a victim of sexual abuse. Her and her mom, her dad kept abusing them sexually until when she was 7, she became a victim of female genital mutilation. So after that, her mom tries to save up some amount of money. She gets a divorce from her dad, and then being a very poor family, both of them are trying. They are finding it difficult to survive. So they move to this part north of Cairo. The village is called the City of the Dead. So this was where Omaima spent the other part of her childhood. She was just suffering here and there until she became a teenager. So when Mama gets to her teen age, she becomes a very, very beautiful woman. She's gorgeously beautiful. Mama finds an oil worker from the United States, like he's in Egypt for a business, and she gets her mom is like, you can just make this your life partner. He's rich, he can take care of you. So she gets married to this guy, and then the guy takes her to the United States. She's living in California. Now they are there. Immediately they get to the United States, Omaima start living this trail of criminal activities. She steals, she does shoplifting and all of that. So she eventually gets divorced from this oil worker. After getting divorced, she finds she does other menial jobs. She can hardly speak English. She's in a strange land, like she's trying to fend for herself. So she went to nanny. She did babysitting. She was a nanny, and then she discovered that, well, I'm a very beautiful woman. I can use my beauty to get what I want. So men are attracted to her. She was using this to fend for herself and all of that. Until eventually she goes to a club, and then she finds a man, Bill Nelson. He's in the club and he's doing all the things he knows how to do. And she's like, well, this guy is rich. I don't hit jackpot. So 3 weeks after meeting, nobody knows what they discuss about. Just 3 weeks after meeting, they get married. She gets married to this man. This man has two daughters from his previous relationship. So she gets married to him. And then it's just 3 weeks after the marriage, she called him. Bill Nelson invites his daughter over to the house. They are supposed to to be having this family dinner, Thanksgiving dinner, because he has always been spending all of this alone. So he wants to celebrate his 23 years old wife. So he invites the daughter over, but the daughter is just feeling like, this young girl getting married to my dad at this age. So she's just being really skeptical about this girl. So she's like, I can't, that, I won't be able to make it and all of that. Not knowing this was the last time she's going to see her dad. So the next day, now the cops get to the house, they try to find out what happened. Omaima Nelson, when they tried searching the house, they found the house it was looking like a war zone. This was supposed to be their honeymoon, but the house is just scattered. It was looking like a war zone, not the honeymoon kind of war zone. The bed stand was broken, the head, everything, including the chairs were broken and all of that. There was blood everywhere. Now they tried to like Omaima Nelson had murdered her husband. How was she arrested? Now after murdering her husband, she moves to a friend's house. The friend's name is Jonas, I think. So she tells him that she during immediately after the marriage, the husband becomes a very very wicked man. The man is like sexually abusing her, is forcing her into this bondage kind of sex. So she told him that in the process of like forcing her to do all of that, that she got angry, then she hit him with the clothing iron, she kills him, and that he doesn't have to worry that she has butchered him, she has like decapitated all of his flesh. Now what she did, she roasted his rib, like she barbecued the rib. She made a barbecue out of the ribs. Then the other, she made sandwich from his torso. She cooked parts of his head in a stew. Like she just like prepared a whole Thanksgiving dinner out of the husband. And then other parts of him were locked up in boxes in the house. Now, what she's saying is she's a victim of abuse, that the man has been abusing her, and then she killed him. Then she gets arrested. Now, Omaima was to stand trial the following year because the court were like trying to build up a case around her motive for murder and all of that. Now, it is difficult. One thing is it's very difficult to lie, and another thing it is very difficult to lie in another man's language. So she's trying to tell the cops that she's a victim of abuse, that she said she went into a trance immediately after killing the man, but she waking up 12 hours later, she discovered that the man has been like butchered everywhere and there's this dinner of him everywhere, whereas she was admitted into a psychiatric home. Then she admitted to her psychiatrist that she had butchered him and all of that. Now they are trying to get the motive for the murder. She said sometimes she told them she was seeing visions of women telling her that he must die, and all of that. Then she also told some persons that yes, she made a dinner out of him because he was abusing her and all of that. Now during the trial, her defense lawyer majorly dey focus on her traumatic experience from childhood and all of that, but there was no record of her ever having mental illness. Maybe this was because she didn't like grow up in the United States. But then her psychiatrist said that she was suffering from PTSD, and then she said she's one of the most psychotic patients she had ever dealt with. So the defense lawyer tried to like use this as a point for her defense and all of that. But eventually she was found guilty of second degree murder of Bill Nelson. Now Maima has been she was sentenced to 25 years to life imprisonment. So she came out on parole in 2006. She was not released. That was her first 25 years. She wasn't released. Then again, before her second parole hearing, while she was in prison, Omaima found another sugar daddy. Is this unnamed sugar daddy fell in love with her? Like they started exchanging love letters between her prison and his own prison. And then this man was stinky rich. Now, just before her parole hearing in 2011, they got married while in prison. They were given a 3 days conjugal visit. Like, this babe is in prison. She's still able to get herself a very rich guy. Like, immediately after the 2011 parole hearing, like, denied the she was denied the parole. Then the man eventually died and he left her a huge amount of money. As in, the babe, they get luck. So after leaving her this huge amount of money, she was denied the parole. And during the parole, Margaret happens to be the first daughter of Bill Nelson. She spoke and she was like, I don't know what you do to a murderer. She said her daughter she's 35 years old now. She said her daughter is 8 years old, and her daughter like never got to see her dad. She never got to like say goodbye to her dad. She said she doesn't know what to do to a mother who doesn't even leave a part like for the family to like mourn, or a part for the family to like take to the cemetery to bury. But she was like, but I know you definitely don't let such a person out. This was a very emotional hearing, and because of this, she was denied the parole. Now, my Nelson is still in prison till these days. She's in Chowchilla, California, female. Women Correction Center. And her next parole hearing will be in 2026. That's it for me today, guys. Thank you for listening. Bye.